for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good.
Well, time for country number 11.
After having been to the Taj Mahal and the Christ Redeemer statue, it was time for World Wonder number 3. What's up guys, this is Kabir Wolf and you have made it to my travel YouTube channel. If you're looking for tips and tricks on how to travel the world on a budget, have experiences of a lifetime and all the do's and don'ts of your next destination, then you are exactly where you need to be. After an hour-long line in immigration in Lima, a flight to Cusco, and an interesting Uber ride, I found myself climbing these endless steps. Cusco is at a 3,399 meter altitude. Florida is about 3,400 meters lower than this. So I was having some trouble breathing. I met up with my friend Anouk, who had already spent 2 days here, and she wanted to walk up even more steps to climb up to Sexy Woman, Saksai Waman. This is Cristo Blanco, which stands about 26 feet high, which is about 8 meters, and it overlooks the beautiful town of Cusco right over here. Alright, we have arrived here. Sexy Woman. Okay, so we had an option from here of buying these tickets, and we could buy a 70 soul ticket, which is essentially about $20. And if we actually got the adult ticket, which includes the 16 sites for 10 days, for 130 souls, which is about, I would say, like $35-ish. Welcome to Sexy Woman, Peru. Sexy Woman means satisfied falcon. Okay. So rumor has it that the Spanish actually kept these stones, well, they were impenetrable, but they built houses on top of it. This is the zigzag pattern that continues all the way up 300 meters. And the zigzag is because they shaped this in the form of a puma, and the zigzag is actually the teeth of the puma. Oh my gosh, we are walking here in the center of Cusco, and it gives me a lot of vibes of Guatemala. This reminds me of the center in Guatemala. Okay, we have got the tickets for this tour after so long. It took us like 45 minutes to get the tickets. Anyways, we got 3 tours for like $110, which is a steal deal. Again, another market very similar to other Latin American markets, which sell the most random of things. Wow, very interesting machine. It's alpaca. We had some quick soup for lunch, and then we head out for some self-care. Just as I would say that, Anouk says she wants to have the caldo de gallina. I didn't think that I would ever be the one to take a woman on her first time for a mani-pedi. It's 50 souls, about $15-ish. So it's pretty cheap, that's for 2 people. Okay, Korea, beauty bar. Let's do it. Ladies first. So we're here and she gave me this shot. Big shot. Interesting. The Seven Lagunas are a few hours away from Cusco and a whole lot higher at 4,600 meters. So it is 4:54 a.m. and we are waiting for the tour guide to come up here on this mountain. The sun has not risen yet. It's very cold and that's why I have this little headlamp. Oh no, I don't have the headlamp. This was the first time in my life that I actually had altitude sickness. Okay, so we have made it here, Seven Lagunas. Well, this is the base camp, I guess. And here is where we're going to be eating some breakfast. And then from here, we're going to be heading up hiking. I had a little bit of an incident on the way because I came from Florida directly over here. That's why I'm staying 4 days in Cusco to get acclimated before I go to Machu Picchu. Coca tea is the natural thing over here that you have, and you can take these coca leaves and even put them in the mouth and suck on them like a candy, or you can have them in the tea, and that'll also help relieve some nausea, altitude sickness, as well as motion sickness as well.
That's ammonia.
Ammonia?
Ammonia, it's chamomile, and that's enojo.
And what is
enojo?
One of our friends was not feeling well enough to walk, so she decided to go the 2-hour distance horseback instead. Friends, it is 11:22 a.m. We started at 9 and we are moments away from the first lagoon. Ancient legends says that the lakes were made by Inca princesses crying for their lost loves. Our guide explained to us how each of the lakes has a unique color because of the minerals in the soil, the levels of algae, and the exposure to sunlight. He also told us about how locals pray to Pachamama here.
August is the principal month to the Pachamama.
I don't don't have a video of this. You're gonna have to take my word for it. I was literally stuck in quicksand there. Both of us were. Look at my shoes. They're like, holy shit. I got stuff all over me. Anouk decided to go over there. And then, oh, god damn it, thorns in my hand. These were the holes that we were stuck in. I had to literally dig myself out. Now I got thorns in my foot. We all get stuck in life, don't we? Some of us may get actually stuck in quicksand, but some of us may get stuck in our own thoughts. Sometimes we get stuck in a business, and you look at life as things happening for you. Life just happens up so much better and shows up so much better for you. The day had one more lesson in store for us, as we got resourceful with a punctured tire and a nut that was stripped and no jack. The locals came to our rescue, reaffirming that good people do exist. Then we had this delicious dinner and then called it a night early in anticipation for tomorrow's hike. Alright, it is 4:11 a.m. and we are now going to the Palcoyo Mountain. The Palcoyo Mountain is unlike the Rainbow Mountain. Well, it is like the Rainbow Mountain, except it's not quite as crowded. We have walked here to the meeting spot. Now we are waiting for the van.
Yes, Anouk and Kabir.
As we made our way to Palcoyo, we stopped for breakfast along the way. And then we stopped at the one bathroom they had, outside which we found this cutie selling candy. Agua de Florida is basically a kind of water that has a strong, pungent smell that is supposed to help with altitude sickness. Actually, being from Florida, I've never seen or heard of this before. Cuckoo! What's the altitude? The Palcoyo Mountain is even higher than the Seven Lagoons at 4,900 meters. Although I was a bit more acclimatized, so I didn't fall sick today. The Palcoyo Mountain sees about 10% of the tourism that the more commonly known Rainbow Mountain sees. Iron and sulfur, among other minerals, are what dye the hill a multitude of colors. You know those crazy jump shots that people do in beautiful sceneries? Yeah, I just did one of those. Check this out. Once we reached the top, the guide explained to us how he's placing 3 coca leaves under 5 stones, each of them representing a god or an animal. He also explained the significance of coca leaves in the Andean community and how, when you were on the mountain, you could ask anyone for coca leaves and it's considered a peace offering. Compliments of the chef. This restaurant literally cost us like 33 bucks plus 10% tip at 36 bucks for all that. Alright folks, well after 4 days here in Cusco, we are finally making our way to the Sacred Valley. And we're going to check out my third world wonder of the world, Machu Picchu. So let's go. In the morning, we learned about how they use natural dyes to color the alpaca wool that makes up a majority of the textile here. We also went on to learn about the different varieties of potatoes, a theme in Peru. At Chinchero here, 3,700 meters, this used to be the place where the Inca people believed the rainbow was originally founded. Wow! As tourism grows in the Sacred Valley, this sacred Inca site is being threatened by an airport that's under construction. Now, of course, it's controversial because it is going to bring in more tourism and it's going to help the economy as well. It is also going to bring in a lot of people, which the locals might not necessarily like.
This is quinoa. With quinoa and regular with salt.
Salt with chocolate. Yummy. Then we made our way over to the Salinas, or salt flats. So here we can see these are the salt flats, and there are 4,000 plus salt flats over here. They call each of these like packets or pockets essentially, and one man kind of takes care of each of those. Pretty fascinating at 3,000 feet above sea level, 3,000 meters above sea level, one of the two. We got a quick lunch which was included with the tour, and then made our way to Ollantaytambo. How do you say the name of this town? Ollantaytambo. Hola. So these mountains over here actually create a natural wind current, and that's why it's very windy here. And even though it's sunny, you see me still wearing a hoodie over here. What happens is those little things over there actually forms, they have big windows over there, and those are actually food storage banks where they store food in case they have a bad season of no rain or no sun or whatever it may be. These food storage banks, then they act as a natural freezer because they have high cold winds going year round. Pretty cool, right? Ollantaytambo is known for massive Inca fortresses with large stone terraces. We enjoyed exploring and then went to check out the small town. Believe it or not, here in the small town of Ollantaytambo, this right here is actually a river flowing. As I was telling you guys about this little river flowing over here, my friend Anouk said that they have this all the way in Switzerland as well, and how she was not at all surprised. Crazy how a little bit of perspective can really change everything, can't it? We left the tour here and opted to not go back to Cusco, as this was where we were going to catch the train to Machu Picchu. There we saw these two boys playing football with a bottle of water, and then we also saw these other kids just having fun. We passed the checkpoint there in the station, so he's not quite here yet, but we are. So the train has arrived here. This is the Inca train that we are going to be going on, and the same train, same timing at least, and we'll be coming back on tomorrow. The train's right behind us, and we're literally walking on the tracks over here. There's people everywhere. Feels especially like Mumbai, like CST station. Since we wanted to hike down, we only bought a one-way ticket for $12 after seeing this bus sign. Let's just say we both enjoy hiking. We found some soup and a roof over our head. Then we checked out this political parade and called it a night. Well friends, the wait is over. It is finally here. Today is Machu Picchu day. Our ticket is for 7 a.m. Our tickets are sold out for a month in advance, so make sure you get your ticket in advance. There's only 50 tickets that are available, only for locals. You have to stand in the line, and it's next to impossible to get tickets from there, so make sure you get your ticket in advance. We made our way up from a 30-minute bus ride, and before we knew it, we were about to get into Machu Picchu. We are in the line for the 7 o'clock. Like I said, remember this 1 hour deal you can get in. Some people are still getting in from the 6 o'clock line. The ticket costs 156 sols, which is about $40. We have made it Machu Picchu. That is world wonder number 3 for me. Whew. There are many mysteries about Machu Picchu, but no one really knows what its purpose is because the Incas never really had a written text. The most widely believed theory is that Machu Picchu was an astronomical observatory. So that place up there actually allows people only from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So definitely make sure you come here early in the morning. Pro tip, the steps down are really easy and they're a great way to kind of wind off, and you save $12. If you want to know more about what Anouk and I did in Peru the next week, then make sure you are subscribed with notification bells on so that you can know when I have my latest release.